Good afternoon. I hope everyone's well today. You'll notice over the past 50 or so years there's been a slow creep through the institutions of the United Kingdom, whether that's the BBC, whether that's the civil service, the legacy media in general, or the universities. People have been taught to hate their country. People who have gone to university are told there is a hierarchy of oppressed and the oppressors, and the white man or white woman is the oppressor, and everybody else is oppressed. So if you're a straight white man or woman, you oppress everyone and everything. And this is to achieve two things. It's to make sure that those in power stay in power, i.e. the elites, and it's also to make sure that the people that want a better future for the United Kingdom, for Britain, never get it. The good news is that the British people are much smarter and, ironically, they're much brighter if they've not been to university. Now, the British Empire was the best empire in the world. I never apologise for that. I was born largely after the winding down of the empire, but I can tell you some home truths and some facts. Just like now, hundreds of years ago, the elites ruled the empire. So back in the days of empire, it would have been the elites. Those would be people with double-barrelled surnames, so your Rees-Moggs, your Bonham Carters. And we have a Jacob Rees-Mogg in Parliament, but he is from a upper-class family, and he's a right-leaning politician. And then the other side of that coin is the Bonham Carter. Helena Bonham Carter is a liberal. She's from a liberal family, but again she is upper class. And this is what makes up the ruling class of the country by and large. Titular head of the upper class is obviously the monarch. The monarch, it was his empire or her empire back in the day. The working man and woman on the street didn't get a look in. We were basically along for the ride. A bit like now. It's the same cabal, and they are intent to keep their grasp on power. This is why they have the race baiters on TV, such as Dr. Shola, who is a descendant of Nigerian royalty, or you have Narinder Kaur, or you have that Yasmin Brown. Now, Yasmin Brown, she said she would have left the UK when Brexit happened and Boris became Prime Minister. Guess what? She never did. Narinder Kaur, depending on the day of the week, she'll say she's British, English or Indian, depending what day it is. And then you've got Dr. Shola. Now, they're all, as I say, they're all paid for by the establishments, and they're there to tell you how wicked, how evil the white man and white woman is. And it's because of your ancestors' sins that mass migration is necessary. I say no. I say mass deportations are necessary. Yesterday, today, and twice on Sunday. The regular man and woman on the streets didn't consent to empire, just like we're not consenting to what's happening now with mass migration. That's the reality of the situation. If the people that feel guilty about empire are actually genuinely empathetic, let them put them up in their stately homes, like Jacob Rees-Mogg or the Bonham Carters. I don't just mean one refugee in a spare bedroom. You've got millions, you've got billions of pounds. You can do it yourself. Simple as. The working man and woman on the street have not and will not consent to this. I've got faith in the right-leaning, right-thinking people of Britain, and we are going to move past this and we're going to move forward with this. We've got great people like Tommy and Aunt Middleton, and I believe Aunt Middleton's actually speaking at the rally for Tommy in September, a United Kingdom rally or something similar down in London. And these are the types of movements that gain a lot of traction, and I'm very, very humbled when I go to these events and I see the mass, the patriotism and the good vibes and the love. It's not about spreading hate, it's not about spreading racism. It's about England being for English people, or broadly speaking, the United Kingdom being for British people. People that have long and centuries of history tied to these islands. We are rising. peacefully, patriotically, and we're not going to take it anymore. The lies of the establishment that they've used to maintain their grasp on power is faded. It's over. It's ending. That is a good thing. That is a positive thing. You'll get the left-leaning lefty nutters, and they will be on TV, on their Insta, on their TikTok, and they'll say the reason why you can't buy a house isn't because of mass migration, it's because they're not building enough houses. They don't ever have joined-up thinking. They think one isn't connected to the other. Think about it. If you as a country are only building 200,000 houses, and you're letting in 1 million, why are you letting in more than you've got the supply for? That literally makes no sense. The only people it serves are the people building the houses because they can jack up the prices. You need to have critical thinking, and you need to think about these things. The British Empire was largely benign. Why is it the white man, or specifically the white British man, has to feel guilty about the legacy of its culture, but other cultures that had empires, like the Ottoman Empire or the Persian Empire, they're not white, they're not susceptible to this white guilt nonsense, which I don't subscribe to. A lot of nutters do. I'm not one of them. I never will be. I am proud of my achievements as a country. It's not an accident that about 90% of the modern world of invention came from Western civilization. Not all civilizations are equal, and some cultures are better than others. These are just facts. You can take that to the bank. So when you dilute the Western culture with cultures that are not equal, import the third world, get third world problems. It's real, and this will happen, and this can happen. The British, the Europeans, the Americans, essentially all of the Western world is wise to this now. If you like this video, comment below, like and subscribe. Never feel guilty, always fly the flag with pride, and remember that we will win in the end, and I am hopeful for better tomorrow. I very much appreciate your time. You let me know, do you think that these race grifters like Narinda, like Dr. Shola, like Yasmin Brown, would they get traction in their native India, Nigeria, or wherever they come from? No, they wouldn't, because their liberals aren't really that liberal. Their liberals don't really care. These are very much Western issues that are used to manipulate the masses. Don't fall for it. Don't take the bait. The Western world is a part of the world. It is not the entire world. Like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. You take it easy, and I'll see you in September at this rally. Have a good day.